Hi. Oh, whoops. I didn't know if I was going to say hi or hello. I'm Rachel,
I'm Cassandra.
and we are Wattpad Woes, and we're starting a new book today. It's
Mm-hmm.
called Black Assassin Wings, parentheses completed. Hermes, cut it out. Ugh. And it's by Phoenix_247. Oh my god. My cat is trying to knock pictures off of my desk.
He's like, Mom, you should only have pictures of me.
Yeah. Okay, I think he's done. All right, sorry. Um, so trying to do something a little bit different. I mean, you can see by the cover art that it's gonna be an angel, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
It does involve werewolves.
yeah, and maybe even vampires.
Yeah.
So we're getting 3 for 3 on this one. Uh, so let me read the little summary here. I couldn't ignore the tingles that ignited as he gripped my wrist and held them above my head. I felt the bark of the tree stab into my back as he had me pressed against it. I bit my lip, not from excitement, but from fear. He raised his lips up to my ear and growled. There is nothing between you and I. You don't deserve to become the Luna of my pack. You are weak, he hissed into my ear. I watched as he walked out of the forest. I heard my heart shattering into pieces. If only he knew my past. And then there's a little content warning down here that says it contains sexual content, graphic scenes, and strong language. Not that
Yes.
strong, though.
How do you know?
Because it says in parentheses,
says.
not strong. So this is going to be another, 18 plus one. As per usual.
Boo Boo just jumped in bed with me.
Oh.
That's my cat. So.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's kneading the blanket.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay, votes in the chat. Who wants kitty cams? Because I've got 2 cats, and she has 1. And we can just put like a little cat camera if they decide that they want to participate. I don't know if my cats will. But
yeah,
anyway,
mine's only back here sometimes.
If you want a cat cam, give us a heads up. I don't have a webcam on my computer, but I can maybe figure something out with my phone or something.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I'm excited for this one. I read 2 paragraphs of the prologue, and I decided that we had to read this one next. So, I don't know, who started last time?
Like the book?
Yeah. Was it you or was it me?
Gosh, I want to say me, but you read the thing, so why don't I go?
Oh, okay. That's fine.
I'm taking a video of Boo Boo kneading for you right now.
Oh,
in Snap.
Yes.
Send that to you in a second. I don't know if you should get it, right? Because you're on.
Yeah.
You're not recording with your phone or anything.
Right.
All right.
So, there was a little author's note before the prologue that said that she wrote this when she was 16, and this was published in 2015, so that was many years ago, and that she absolutely hates this book. So, I don't think there's going to be any hard feelings. If Phoenix247 ever watches this, which will never happen, but, anyway, I guess just whenever you're done recording Boo Boo.
Yeah, I sent it to you.
Oh, okay.
In Snap.
All right.
Okay. Um,
Oh, he's so cute.
all right, so there is a prologue, and there are 31 chapters. I saw that.
Okay.
Okay. I positioned myself behind a tree, waiting for the signal. It was a dark night. Not even the moon was shining in the sky. A perfect night for assassination. I heard a bird chirping, but I knew it wasn't a bird. It was Eva giving the signal. I nodded my head up in the tree and stepped from behind the tree. What? I nodded my head. I noticed a wolf who had its back facing me. Thank goddess I disguised my scent, or else. And it could intentionally be goddess and not goodness. If
I think it is supposed to be goddess.
because of the whole angel thing. We'll see. I took out my knife from my combat boots and waved my hand over it. It instantly grew into a sword with the word alatum. Alatum? Is that how you want to say that?
I don't know. I thought it was like elitum.
Oh.
I don't know.
Well, I like that better, but the W
Or
makes me think
alitum.
That's what I first read it as.
I don't know.
All right.
I guess this word is never gonna appear ever again in this story, so it doesn't really matter.
Not. Well, it stands for winged creature. So
I bet it's Latin.
Yes, there is more Latin coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So
good luck with that.
Yeah. Didn't you take Latin?
No, I took German.
Oh. Well, I know you took German, but it was somebody. It must be somebody else that I knew.
Yeah.
All right. I quietly walked behind it and stuck my sword into its back. I reached forward and held its mouth shut so it would make no sound. Once it fell motionless on the ground, I whispered the words, Ut inveniam luna die est anima tua, or may your soul find moon goddess.
That was definitely Google translated.
I chirped up to the tree next to me and watched a figure climb out of the tree and nod to me. I advanced into the packed territory. There weren't many guard wolves out tonight.
Okay, hold on, sorry.
Okay.
That just reminded me. Like, did you play Assassin's Creed 2?
No, I didn't play anything before the one with Connor.
Okay. Because, like, Ezio always, like, whenever he killed somebody, would, like, say rest in peace in Italian, essentially.
Okay.
So that just reminded me of that.
Okay.
So, sorry, never mind. I thought you played it.
I'm sure a lot of people would get that reference.
Yeah.
We advanced towards the pack house. I looked up at the 3-story house and then looked back at Eva. She held 3 fingers up and I nodded. I noticed a balcony on the side. That had to be the Alphas and Lunas because no other room had a balcony. Oh. I jumped up and landed quietly on the balcony.
How many times can you say balcony?
You may ask, how did I jump all the way up to a 3-story balcony on all the ground? What? On... Oh, you may ask, how did I jump all the way up to a 3-story balcony on the ground? Well, perks of being an angel. I slid the sliding doors open since the dumbasses forgot to lock it. I quietly walked in. The Alpha and Luna were both silently sleeping on their bed. I walked over to the Alpha first so I can take him out. I walked over to his side of the bed. Yes, that's what you said. He was a handsome Alpha. Too bad he was a murdered. I raised my sword above his chest and then plunged it into his chest. His eyes shot open as the celestial silver pierced his heart. This is sad. I don't know why. I feel bad for these guys. I looked into his eyes with no emotion. I watched as the life escaped his eyes. I quickly walked over to the Luna. She sat up and was about to cry on pain because of the ache in her chest, but I had already plunged my sword
Oh my
into...
god!
What?
Stop!
Oh.
Norton pop-up ad for no fucking reason. Sorry.
Okay. She looked up into my blue eyes with despair. Oh no. I noticed she looked over at the other side of the room. My eyes followed what she was staring at, and I noticed a crib.
Oh, is she gonna kill the baby too?
I don't think so.
That would be badass.
What? You would like that?
No. Well,
Liar.
I think it would be funny. In
What?
this story, like she kills a... Never mind.
Alright. I took my sword out of her now lifeless body and walked over to the crib. I raised my sword, but something made me do something I have never done before. I hesitated. What I saw in the crib was a small redhead sleeping child. Gingers have no souls.
Yeah, so it wouldn't matter.
I said,
You're the one who made you're the one who made the joke first.
I know. I sniffed the air and noticed that this child was developing a smell, a metallic smell.
Huh?
This child,
Oh.
this child was a vampire. It had to be about 2 years old. I minimized my sword into a knife and stuffed in my boot. In my boot. Sorry. I securely picked up the child and held it in my arms. I swiftly walked to the balcony and threw it off. No, what is that, Ava? Eva hissed. This is not their child. They must have kidnapped it or something, I said. Explain when we get back, was all she said. I felt the bones in my back begin to rearrange and something shooting out of my skin. My wings shot out of my back and I stretched them. Eva and I took off into the night sky with the child still safely in my arms. Another name off of my list.
So if she didn't have her wings out when she jumped, does she just have like super jump powers?
Probably. She probably has like super strength and stuff.
Because, like, I don't know. I guess I would think that an angel would have to fly up to a balcony.
Since they have wings, yeah.
Instead of just super jumping.
I don't know.
Like, what's that Mario power up with the spring feet? I can't think of what it's called.
I don't know.
Anyway, that's like what she's got. She's got springs in her shoes. Okay.
All right.
Well, I guess this is what our main character, is it Ava, looks like.
Yeah.
This girl here. I don't know, like, I guess I just don't get why people decide that they have to put pictures of random people up on here. Like, let us imagine them. Huh?
It's better than celebrities.
Yeah.
Like Victoria Justice.
And that other guy. Whatever
Ian
his name was. No, it wasn't him. It was his lookalike.
Oh. Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. I guess I just prefer to, like, decide what the characters look like. Yeah, myself.
Yeah, me too.
So
that's why I am so afraid of watching, like, a movie or TV show based on books that I've read, because I have what I think they should look like, and it will completely ruin it.
Yeah.
The only exception being The Witcher, because I actually watched the show and then read the book, and oh my gosh, it was fantastic. Like, that, doing it that way. I mean,
yeah.
But, Henry Cavill, so.
Yeah.
I don't mind picturing that face when I'm reading.
Okay, so anyway, we're gonna get started here on chapter 1. Okay, these look like a lot longer chapters than the last book.
Mm-hmm.
kind of just
Do you
scrolling
want to
through.
split it up into thirds, like we've done in the past?
Yeah, we can do
Like
that.
you go, I go, you go.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Chapter 1. You know, people could mistake you for bipolar, Eva said. I raised a brow. Why would they think that? Well, she said as she hung upside down from a tree branch. When you have a job to do, you turn all cold and dark and you got that I don't give a shit about anything attitude. But on a normal day, you're all happy and joking around and stuff, she said as she swung back and forth. That's not what bipolar is. Eva was my sister. We actually, we are fraternal twins. That is all we know about our past life. Angels are not to know anything about their past lives. We are to focus on the future. Every angel had a job, whether it was to protect the moon goddess, protect humans, or werewolves. But in this case, mine was to assassinate.
So, not to protect anything, but
no, just to kill. Sometimes the moon goddess makes mistakes in her creations, and they must be eliminated. Wow.
Oh.
Damn. That's my job. Okay. I take out power-hungry alphas, bloodthirsty vampires. Aren't all vampires bloodthirsty?
Well,
come on. Unless they're like the Cullens and they just drink animal blood.
And sparkle in the sunlight.
Bloodthirsty vampires and anything with evil written on its forehead. There are about 5 assassins, and I am the highest rank. Of course she is. Of them all. That is how I got my black wings. I was trained to kill with no mercy and never forgive. Eva. That's so... Why did they... That's so confusing.
When I was reading the prologue, I thought the same thing. I'm like, oh, this could be bad.
Yeah.
Hard to read.
Yeah. Like, give them slightly more different names.
Yeah.
I heard a scream. I stood up and brushed the dirt off myself as Eva jumped out of the tree. We rushed to the sound of the scream. There stood a small red head with beautiful green eyes in the bushes. Elizabeth, what are you doing? I hissed. All of a sudden, I heard a growl behind me. Eva and I froze. We slowly turned around to see a gray wolf bearing its canines at us. I held my hands up in front of me. Rogue, we mean no trouble. Turn back to where you were, and we won't harm you, I warned. The rogue only growled and then charged us. I pulled my knife out of my boot and watched it grow into a sword. So why not just have a sword?
You're an...
Huh?
I said, if she's an angel, it's not like she needs to be conspicuous or inconspicuous, you know?
I drove it deep into the wolf's heart as he landed on me. That was really anticlimactic.
Reminds me of Chronicles of Narnia.
How so?
I remember in the first movie, when Peter slays the wolf, when he's protecting Lucy and Susan, and it's like the same thing. He's holding a sword out, and then the wolf jumps at him, and then it collapses on his chest.
It has been a very long time since I've seen that movie.
Oh.
So I don't remember that. It's okay. I just remember the goat man.
Mr. Tumnus.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Oh my god. I pushed the lifeless beast off of me and got up. Evangeline. I don't like that name.
Oh.
It's too long. Are you alright? Eva asked. So what's Eva's full name? Evangeline?
Evangeline.
Well, you know what? She did have to shove angel into her name at some point. Ah. God. I'll go down to the paragraph that says the moon goddess.
Okay.
Okay, don't call me that, and yes, I'm fine. I minimized my sword and stuffed it back into my boot. I walked over to the bushes and pulled out the little redhead. I held her in my arms and began to walk back to the camp. I told you to stay near the camp, I scowled. I'm sorry, Ava, she said as she buried her face into my shoulder. I couldn't stay mad at her. She was too adorable. Elizabeth was the same child I saved 6 months ago. No shit! Yes, she was a small baby, but vampire children grow extremely fast during a certain time period. Now she is about 7. So, like, she's the size of a 7-year-old. Is what she's trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
As we reached the camp, I noticed Eva standing there with her eyes turning gold. I knew she was talking to the moon goddess. She never talked to anyone directly. She only talked through certain minds. That's the power of the moon goddess.
Ready? I'm going to say it again. The moon goddess has a new task for us. It's too dangerous for the child, though, she said, returning back to normal. Then we will drop her off with the white wolves. No big deal, I shrugged. So they're allies or something. We have to go there anyway, was all she said before the white wings sprouted out and she took off. I sighed. I looked up into the sky and noticed that it was a cloudy day. At least I could fly with Elizabeth and not worry about her getting burned.
Like in the sunlight.
Yeah. They could have said something about that, though.
No.
I felt my bones in my back rearranging and my wings sprouting out of my back. They were about 10 feet long. I grabbed Elizabeth and held her tightly.
I guess I just don't understand, like, why their wings retract. Like, I feel like if they should either be out all the time. This is just a personal opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like if you're going to have an angel character, they should either have wings all the time, or they should be, like, ethereal. Like, they don't actually, like, they're not physically there, but she has, like, ghost wings. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Did you ever read the Maximum Ride books?
Yes.
Okay, I did too. And
because they had permanent wings. But it was like they were folded under their clothes.
Or like a backpack or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. Anyway.
Anyway, okay. It felt good to have, or hold on, little one, I said as I took off. It felt good to have the wind blowing in your hair, to zoom past the green treetops and have the whole world under you. Flying always makes me feel free, like there was no worries in the world. I made sure to fly under the clouds so Elizabeth wouldn't get burned from the sun. Walking distance, it would take about one day to get to the White Wolves from where we were, but flying it would only take a few hours. Who is the target? I asked Eva as I flew next to her. There is an alpha in the north who captured a white wolf and planned to take her wolf with dark magic so he may take it and use it as his own.
Huh?
Eva shouted as a plane flew just below us. Wow, a plane is flying below you and you're under the clouds? My face went pale. What kind of monster would do that to his own kind? A monster that needs to be destroyed. What alpha is it? I asked. Alpha Jason. I let out a breath that I didn't know I was holding. I was hoping C wasn't going to say a certain name. There's only one alpha that I actually fear. He kills anything in his path to success and is vicious. Never do I ever want to deal with him.
And he's going to be the love interest. 100%.
Oh,
I guarantee it.
Yep. Rachel called it first.
Yep.
I realized we were close to the White Wolf pack. Eva, do the thing! Elizabeth squealed. I looked at Eva and she smiled. I wrapped my wings around Elizabeth.
Hold on. You got cut off a little bit.
Oh.
I I think we just missed the last sentence. I looked at Eva, and she smiled.
Okay. She dove down under me. I wrapped my wings around Elizabeth and I as we began to fall out of the sky. We began to spiral our way out of the sky and into the jet engine.
Into the jet engine and died. The end.
Lots of feathers everywhere. Elizabeth Elizabeth squealed with joy. Just as I knew Eva was right below me, I opened up my wings like a parachute and let go of Elizabeth. I hovered in the air as I watched Elizabeth squealing for joy as she flapped her arms as if she had wings of her own. Eva?
Sorry, I think we're kind of getting close to the end. I don't know how much. Well, I don't know how much more you want to read.
Yeah, we are. Do you want to finish?
You can finish the sentence or this paragraph since you started it. And then
Okay.
I'll just finish the chapter.
Eva, now her back facing the ground and her arms stretched for Elizabeth to fall on them. Wow, that didn't make sense. She caught her and wrapped her white wings around white wings. I can't say those two words after each other. Around them both and began falling to the earth. Okay, your turn.
I dove down as fast as I could like a bullet and landed on the ground, creating a huge crater. Eva outstretched her wings and let go of Elizabeth. I watched as she fell right into my arms, still squealing. Let's do it again, she laughed. Maybe later, little one, I chuckled. She pouted as I placed her gently on the ground. Must you always play with my emotions, Ava? I heard a husky voice behind me. I turned around to see a tall blonde guy standing behind me grinning. What? What did I do, Nicky Bear? I smiled. I hate when you guys play that game with a kid. I'm always scared you're not going to catch her, he said seriously. I slapped his arm. Oh, lighten up, will you, big baby? I always catch her. There needs to be some punctuation in there.
Yeah.
I rolled my eyes. He smiled at me and wrapped his arms around my waist. I came in for a big hug. Instinctively, my wings wrapped around Nicholas, bringing us closer. Sorry, that's my brother's name. So I'm just imagining my brother. What did you say? You got cut off.
Oh, I said I just made that connection. I'm like, oh wait.
So, I'm going to be imagining my brother this whole time. Anytime he's on screen. I unwrapped my wings and blushed. I'm hearing my... do you have, like, I'm hearing myself in your thing.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I'm not now, but I was.
I had my pinky underneath the phone right here.
Oh, so it was probably like reflecting back into the microphone.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Like a... Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't hear it anymore.
Okay.
I unwrapped my wings and blushed. Sorry, it's an instinct, I muttered. He only smirked and looked down at Elizabeth. Hello, Little Red. Did you miss me? He grinned at Elizabeth. He never called her by her name, always Little Red. That was an unnecessary sentence. Did you see me? I was flying, she squealed, bouncing up and down. Eva finally landed and walked over to us. Come on, Elizabeth. Let's go take you to see Bethany, Eva said. Elizabeth nodded and skipped next to Eva. Nick turned to me and sighed. I'm guessing you're here because... Oh no, I hope that he's not involved in a sex scene.
I was going to say that earlier, but then I didn't.
Oh no.
I can read it if you need me to.
I don't know. We'll see.
At least he's blonde.
Yeah.
And not.
And
Yeah.
not my brother's hair color. I'm guessing you're here because you heard about Lucy getting captured, he asked. I nodded. Lucy was his sister and pack member. Nicholas was the alpha of the pack and had about 10 pack members here. White wolves are extremely rare. That's kind of, I don't know.
Random?
Well, no, like, I don't know. I was going to say kind of racist. Like, what color are the other wolves?
How is that racist? What?
I don't know.
Well, they're not even a race. Like the werewolf would be a race, but not the color of their fur.
Yeah, that's true.
But I still don't understand how that would be racist. What would be racist?
I don't know, just like that the white wolves are the good guys.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay.
Whatever. I'm guessing probably black wolves are the bad guys.
Well, the one that she killed was gray.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, and, you know, it's kind of jumping the gun a little bit.
Yeah.
Immediately, as soon as I saw that the white wolves were the good guys, I was like, eh.
Well, hang on a second, because typically, like, you know, good and bad, like with angels, actually, ironically, like, you know, you have an angel that's white and then an angel that's in all black.
Right.
And that's,
well, I mean,
we'll see.
Okay, whatever. We're not about to get into the complex history of racism.
Our stream is banned on YouTube now.
Yeah. Okay. Come on, he said as he started to walk into the pack house. It was an elegant-looking house, but not so big. After all, it was only 11 people here. We walked into the house and went straight for his office. Once we got in, he collapsed into his chair. His office was a mess. It's supposed to be it, not I. It looked as though there was a fight in here. Holes in the wall, bookshelf broken, papers everywhere, and his computer was broken. Ava, your wings, he said. What?
She hasn't put her wings away.
So what? I don't know. I looked back,
I know, right?
And noticed my wings had folded themselves perfectly behind me. Huh? Sorry, I said as I felt my bones shifting. That's what? Okay. I'm just very confused. I took a seat in the only chair that wasn't broken. Even Nicholas looked a little broken.
So if he wasn't, she would have sat on him.
I guess. Right on his face.
Oh my god. Rachel. I was not expecting you to go. Jeez.
Anyway. All right, down to business. Whoa, Eva said. Yeah, when I found out that Lucy was captured, I just couldn't control myself. I really need guys to find her and bring her back safely, Nick pleaded. I think it's supposed to be you instead of two. Eva nodded and then left. I got up and went to sit on Nick's lap. No, he wasn't my mate or my boyfriend. We used to be in a relationship, but we had to stop. Because sometimes I would go months without seeing him because of my job. Also, we couldn't be together because he still hasn't found his mate, and that would be unfair to her. Okay. That still didn't stop the feelings we had for each other, though. I rested my head on his shoulder as he sighed. I
didn't know angels had mates.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I think just in general, every creature in this genre has a mate.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Oh my god. Okay, sorry. I just skipped ahead a little bit and we were right. Eva is Evangeline.
See.
Okay, sorry. I really need you to find her, Evangeline, he said quietly. I tried not to cringe my nose at the sound of my name. I will find her, and I will kill the bastard that took her, I said angrily. He placed a kiss on my cheek and whispered, "Thank you." I got up and smiled at him. I left his office and walked outside. As I walked out the door, I heard a scream and a sharp pain in my back. "Evangeline, I'm going to kill you," I shouted angrily as she ran off. "I like to see you try," she shouted back. I reached back and pulled the knife out of my back without flinching as I instantly healed. The perk to being an angel is you instantly heal no matter what the injury. So if you get beheaded, you're instantly going to just grow another head. Or like it's going to like go like suction back onto your neck.
That's, yeah.
That would be funny.
Oh, dude.
Huh?
Okay, I have to tell you about this some other time.
Okay.
I had a dream once that I was beheaded.
Ah!
And I mean, I felt everything.
Oh my god.
And it was absolutely bizarre.
Yeah.
I have to tell you about it.
Okay, yeah.
It's cool almost but it, yeah, really unsettling. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. I closed my eyes and imagined my silver bow. Huh? I opened them. So, what? I opened them.
She just has to imagine weapons.
So her knife turns into whatever weapon that she wants? No, because she didn't even pull out her knife. She pulled a knife out of her back.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wait, yeah, read this chapter. I mean...
You mean paragraph?
I meant paragraph.
Oh, I closed my eyes and imagined my silver bow. I opened them and raised my bow in my hand. That is where I keep my weapons, except for my sword. I keep them in my mind. Just a nice little pocket in her brain. I raised my bow and placed an arrow. I pulled it back and aimed for Eva. I let go. Oh my god. I let go and watched the arrow zoom straight into her leg. She fell forward, cursing. I ran up to her and watched as she angrily pulled the arrow out of her left leg. "What the fuck was that for?" she said angrily. I rolled my eyes. "You call me bipolar. You're the one that started it." She got up and walked away. "Whatever," she muttered. Okay.
All right.
That was
interesting.
Oh, now we get to... She's got the hair color I want.
Oh, yeah.
But it's darker than I want.
Yeah.
I want purple hair, everybody. I'm going through I'm having a mental breakdown.
No. And I have partially purple hair right now. That's so funny. Okay. Chapter 2. Is this one really long? Yeah, it's about the same.
Okay.
All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. "You look like an idiot," I scowled at Eva as she walked out of the house. Eva had the ability to change her physical features as disguise. The only thing she would really change, though, was her hair color, and right now she changed it to purple. "Just shut up and come on," she muttered as she took off into the sky. I turned back to the house and noticed Nicholas and Elizabeth standing on the porch. I waved to them and took off. I spiraled up into the sky until I was next to Eva. "No more fun and games. We have a job to do." "See if you can locate Alpha Jason," Eva said. I nodded my head and closed my eyes. I tried to focus on Alpha Jason and his thoughts. One of my special abilities was being able to read one's thoughts and locate anyone in the world.
Wow, that is super OP.
Yep. And just summon weapons.
Yeah, just
from her mind.
Yeah, just conjure. She's a conjurer.
Yeah.
She's maxed out in conjuration.
Alphas and Lunas are the most difficult to track, but I can still manage to do it. I concentrated long and hard until I heard something. This will be my first time detaching a white wolf spirit from her body. I can't wait to meet the alpha who managed to capture one. I selected my I selected my target to that voice. I opened my eyes and noticed a gold trail in the sky. Oh my gosh. Clairvoyance.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. They're Skyrim characters.
I made no hesitation to follow it. I dove down close to the treetops. I continued to follow the gold trail, blocking everything else out. The trail stopped at a figure walking in the woods who was glowing gold. My target. I dove straight down and then landed gently in a tree. I blinked twice and looked over to see Eva next to me. I couldn't find Jason, but I found the witch he hired. I pointed to the witch. Eva nodded and swooped down and tackled the witch. I gently landed in the shade, being careful not to be seen. Get the hell off of me, the witch. Sorry, the witch screamed. Eva pulled out a knife and held it up to the witch's throat. The witch smirked. An angel, huh? What have I done wrong now? Have you ever met Alpha Jason before? Eva hissed. Oh, F you. I'm not telling you. How does this bitch know who Alpha Jason is? I've never even met the guy.
Oh, so she's still reading her mind.
Yeah. I read the witch's mind. I stayed in the shadows because people have heard the abilities of a black-winged angel, especially witches. I can't have this witch blocking her thoughts from me. For right now, I am a myth.
Oh. How much more are you going to read?
Why?
I don't know, because it feels like we're about a third of the way through the chapter.
Oh,
Sorry, I know, like, it's not, you're having fun, and I'm having fun, too, but I want to make sure that we're not, like, reading too much or too little.
No, I know. The way you said that made it sound like something was coming up that I wouldn't want to read.
No.
I'll read to the chapter that says
In paragraph.
Yes, gosh. I'm so tired, dude. Dude, for like 3 weeks I have not had more than 6 hours of sleep a night. Every single night.
Aww.
And it's I'm like out of my mind at this point. So, and the past two days, Boo Boo has been waking us up before my alarm goes off.
Oh, that's the worst.
For no reason at all. So, all right. I'm gonna read down to where it says I nodded to Eva.
Okay.
All right. For right now, I am a myth. Have you found a successful way to separate the wolf spirit and its human? Eva hissed. The witch rolled her eyes. Well, duh. I hate angels. What does that have? Oh, well, duh. I guess is how that's supposed to be. Okay. She has never met Jason in person, so we can use that to our advantage. Unfortunately, I found a successful way to separate the two, so we have to warn the other wolves. I said, stepping out the shadow. The witch looked at me with wide eyes. Her hair was jet black, but her eyes were also jet black. She was wearing a black dress and was awfully pale. Legends are true. A black-winged angel does exist, she screeched.
I nodded to Eva and placed my hands behind my back. I watched as Eva nodded and slit the witch's throat. Why?
Because she's evil.
I don't know. I guess she said that she's never met Jason, but she thought that she was gonna meet him, so they could have used her to get to him, since she couldn't locate Jason.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That was really fast to
That was really
like
stupid.
They couldn't have gotten more information.
Yeah, really dumb. Anyway, she fell back on the ground with blood pouring out of her neck. Oh, she could of course live from this though. Okay. I grabbed my knife from my boot and maximized it and cut the witch head off. Oh, never mind. I thought they were going to let her live. I held the head by its hair and tossed it to Eva. Burn it, I said coldly as I began walking in the direction the witch was going. When I was looking into her mind...
Was she going west?
Oh?
Sorry.
Maybe. When I looked into her mind, I got directions to the pack. I shifted my wings back into my back and continued walking straight. About 20 minutes later, I must have stepped over the line into the pack because immediately I was surrounded by wolves. I raised my hands up in surrender and smirked. One wolf walked behind... I probably walked out from behind a tree and came back with only... oh, no, he went behind a tree and then he shifted.
Yeah.
And then came out with only shorts on. Okay. Oh, my God. Who are you and why are you trespassing on our land? He boomed. I smirked. Your alpha called for me. Are you the witch? Yup, I said, popping the P. Yup. Follow me, he said, smirking. I would have said he was attractive, but he was part of a monster pack. I'm just thinking of the monster mash.
He had a monster pack, all right.
Yeah. No, I was thinking of the monster mash.
Yeah.
The monster pack. They were a monster pack. Okay, sorry. He had light honey brown hair, dark brown eyes, and was tanned. His short...
as they always are.
Yeah. His short were hanging dangerously low. So his dick is almost out, but not quite.
You got the V going on.
I think it's probably... well, never mind. His tongue... His toned chest and abs were so perfect. Checking me out, witch, he said, smirking. I gagged inside of my head. Why not gag in real life? Whatever, wolf, I rolled my eyes. I was expecting someone more ugly. Who knew there were hot witches out there? He wiggled his eyebrows looking at me.
No. I'm uncomfortable.
I'll go down to where it says, well, hold on, I haven't been reading that much. Oh, there's still quite a bit left. Okay, I'll keep reading.
All right.
Shoot. Where was I?
I was expecting someone more ugly.
Yes. Okay, I found it. At that moment, I wanted to rip his tongue out and paste it on his forehead. That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
My clothes weren't even that revealing. I looked down at myself. I was wearing all black. Black combat boots, black skinny jeans, and a black V-neck t-shirt. So maybe the stuff was a little tight, but I couldn't wear baggy clothes to work.
That's not... What? She's not... Anyway, that's dumb.
She couldn't wear baggy clothes to kill people, I guess.
Well, no, but I'm saying, like, her outfit is pretty normal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just kind of dumb.
Whatever. Maybe when you're done with the alpha, you could come visit me for some fun, he smirked.
Oh, no.
I just wanted to kill his guy. I imagined a small silver dagger, and it materialized in my hand. What about what about the knife that she already has?
Maybe she didn't mean to materialize that. Like, because she was picturing it, and then it...
Oh, I don't know.
Accidentally summoned. I don't know.
I don't think that's what actually happened.
Oh.
But anyway, sorry. Just as I thought I was going to kill him, I heard a growl up ahead. I looked up to see an intimidating figure standing in front of us. I noticed the guy I was walking with bowed. Alpha Jason, he muttered. I whisked away my dagger and looked up. This guy had jet black hair and fierce brown eyes. Okay, so if this was written in 2015, I'm trying to think back to when, like, Percy Jackson was a thing. Because, like, when the Lightning Thief came out, it seemed like everybody who wrote fan fiction or, like, wrote stories was writing about boys with dark black hair and blue eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know if, like, she was influenced by that.
Maybe.
But that's just something that I noticed, because I'm a dinosaur and I've been reading stories on Wattpad for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I mostly read good stories, though.
Right.
In my free time. Anyway. Beta Jonathan, who is this? He spat. I felt offended. How dare he spit at me? He doesn't know who I am or what I'm capable of. This is the witch you called for, Alpha. John said, still bowing. Patricia?
Patty the witch!
I snorted at the name. Her name was Patricia. That was so not a witch name. Oh my god. Unnecessary. Yes, Alpha. I gritted my teeth. I bowed to no one. But Selene the moon goddess. I'll go down to where it says slapping. You okay?
I
just heard heavy breathing.
No. I had a cat hair on my phone and I was blowing on it, and then I did it twice, and then I realized you could probably hear that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay.
It kind of got real quiet.
Okay. Anyway, I'll go down to where it says slapping.
Yeah.
I was expecting you to be much uglier, he said with no hesitation. That is so mean. I was shocked. Well, someone was keeping it real. I need to stop playing and get this done. Well, that's very kind of you, but can we hurry up and get this over with? I said in a serious tone. He nodded and led me back to the pack house. It wasn't as grand as Nick's house, but it was big. I noticed a lot of men in front, getting drunk, fighting each other, and being obnoxious. So it's a frat house.
Basically.
As I walked by, they wolf whistled and said obnoxious things. A drunken man even had the nerve to walk up to me and grab my ass. I turned around and punched him in the jaw. Slapping is for the weak.
He groaned and fell back onto the ground. I turned around and saw the Alpha smirking. Impressive, was all he said. Yeah, I'm sure. Wow.
So he's got a boner for hot, violent women.
Dangerous women.
Yeah, sure.
He led me to the end of a hallway and pulled out a key. He unlocked the door leading to some stairs. After you. Of course he would make her go first.
Yeah.
Ugh.
That's what I was thinking.
I walked down the steps and noticed it got darker and darker. Once I reached the bottom, I noticed there were a few cells. The Alpha grabbed my hand and led me to the farthest cell. We opened and I noticed a figure chained to a wall. I immediately knew it was Lucy. She looked up with fear in her eyes, but when her eyes landed on me, she relaxed a little. I concentrated and looked into her head. Lucy, don't be scared. I came to get you out of here, and I damn sure will. I sent into her mind. Her eyes showed relief. Oh no. I felt the Alpha grab me and push me into the wall. What are you doing? I said coldly. Aw, don't be so cold. It's hard to control my wolf with such a hot woman in here, he said husky.
Ew.
I noticed his eyes turning a darker shade. I knew I had to play along with this. I smirked and
Oh,
his lips onto mine, and I wanted to strangle him.
hold on. I lost you for a minute.
Oh, I'll have to read that again.
I I can read the part that I didn't hear.
No, it's okay.
Okay. I last heard had to play along with this.
Okay. I smirked and ran my fingers down his face. He crashed his lips onto mine, and I wanted to strangle him. This kiss was sloppy and hungry. I didn't like it at all. He broke away, and I was relieved until he started trailing kisses down my neck. I reached my jean waist. Luckily, something hit my sword. When he didn't seem to notice, I reached behind his back and maximized the knife. I stabbed both him and me in the chest. He looked up at me and gasped. He looked down and noticed the sword in my chest too, so he smirked. It was my turn to smirk. I turned us around so he was on the wall, and I pushed myself off of the sword. I instantly healed. I watched as his mouth opened wide as he slid down to the ground. I grabbed the sword out of his back and ran up to Lucy. I grabbed the chains and yanked them off of her. I slowly untied the rope out of her mouth and let her fall into my arms. She looked up at me and smirked. Stop trying to play that off. You know that sword in the chest hurt, she said. Yeah, it hurt like a bitch, I whined as she laughed. We walked out of the cell and ran up the stairs. I quietly tried to open the door, but it wouldn't budge.
Shit.
I yelled. I knew I had to break the door down.
I was wondering what you were waiting for.
Yeah, I was going to wait for you. I thought it'd be funny if you just said that one word. I knew I had to break the door down. Wolf strength was no match for angel strength. At least so far, the author has not misspelled angel
that's
as
good.
angle. I kicked the door and it went flying off. I grabbed Lucy and began running through the house. I knew the wolves must have heard me. I began to shift out my wings. As soon as we reached the door, I stopped. Lucy, grab onto my neck and wrap your legs around my waist, I ordered. She blushed and did what I said.
Oh,
I
so
heard
she's gay?
There you go again. That is...
That's
weird.
pretty gay.
Yeah.
At least bi. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. You did that in the first book. It's just funny. I heard thumping down the steps, and I knew I had to hurry up. Once I knew she was on tight, I ran out the door to the group of men. They stopped and noticed my black wings. Stop her. She killed the alpha, I heard a roar from inside. I instantly took off and flew into the fly. I looked back and noticed the men looking up into the sky. I smirked and continued to fly toward the white wolf pack. I connected to Eva and told her to meet me back at the pack house. About an hour later, we made it back to the pack house. I did as gently as possible, but I'm not really good with my landing. I stumbled a bit, but landed safely. Lucy let go and attacked me with a bear hug. Thank you so much, Evangeline, she screeched. I cringed at my name. You're welcome, Lulu. I looked behind me and noticed Eva was standing there with her eyes glowing gold. I turned back and noticed Nick running towards us. Lucy let go and ran towards Nick, her blonde hair bouncing in the wind. Nick engulfed her in a hug and then looked at her face. He noticed the scratches and bruises all over it. He growled and looked up at me. I shook my head, signaling that the alpha was no more.
Not you.
Oh, okay.
The cat.
His face relaxed and he smiled. I turned to Eva, who now looked like she'd seen a ghost. Evangeline, are you all right? I asked worriedly. She turned to me and shook her head. Our next mission is split up, she said as she gulped. I laughed. Oh, come on, Eva. You don't like being separated? She looked me dead in the eyes and said the one thing I hoped never to hear. Your next target is Alpha Derek of the Blood Moon Pack.
Okay, so it's not Jason.
Yeah, but it's probably... Well, she just killed Jason.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's not... It's gonna be Derek now.
But that's the one that she was talking about earlier. That...
No, it was Jason.
No. She said there was one alpha who was, like, basically the most of them all. That wasn't Jason.
Oh, I guess because they were talking about the target being Jason, I assumed that the one she didn't want to mess with was Jason.
Yeah.
Okay. I need to just take a pause, like, real quick and throw away some trash because Hermes is trying to play with it. And,
Okay.
that's why I yelled stop at him. So, give me just a moment and I will be right back. Okay. I'm back. Oh, boy.
You saw the picture?
Yeah. Nicholas the fuck boy. Oh, God.
Had to go ruin it. Why did they...
Come on.
I gave the author a lot more credit than that
Yeah.
in as far as what he would look like.
Yeah. I mean, I was still kind of imagining my brother with blonde hair. But
that would look so weird.
It would. It really would. He definitely doesn't look like this. Oh, man. She did this character dirty.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll start with chapter 3. What are you going to do? Nick asked me as I placed my head in my hands. We are currently in Nick's still destroyed office. Do my job. That's the only thing I can do, I finally said. He is the fiercest, most dangerous alpha in the country. Even the white wolves fear him. He kills with no mercy and destroys packs for the fun of it, and I cut him off. Nick, shut the hell up. You're not helping at all, and those are all the reasons why he has to be eliminated, I snapped. All of a sudden, Eva burst through the room. Ava, it looks like you're going to have to put on your acting skills because there is more to this than just a target, she said seriously. What could be more than trying to kill the fiercest alpha of them all, I said as I rolled my eyes. There are rumors that he has a secret weapon. It's like he is planning a war or something. You need to go in and get close to him. Find out what his plan is, and then kill him.
Uh-huh. Yeah, she'll do that.
Mm-hmm. We need a story for you, Nicholas finally said. A story? Well, duh. You can't march in there all badass and stuff. He'll probably kill you or use you. Eva said with a duh tone. Ah!
Hermes?
No. Just saying that somebody said that with a duh tone.
Oh.
That's annoying. I love how your first thought was Hermes, though.
I didn't think that would upset you like that.
No, it's just annoying.
I know.
I groaned. I didn't want to do this. I would have rather taken Eva's job. All she had to do was disguise herself as a vampire and walk into a coven and take out the clan leader. That doesn't sound any easier. But no, I have to take out the most powerful alpha ever. Fine, what is my cover then? I groaned. What about a Omega? Your father was a... What? Your father was a werewolf, but your mother was a human. Nicholas suggested.
Angel!
Oh.
So that's how you make an angel?
I guess. Werewolf and human. Or maybe she, like, died and became an angel.
Oh, yeah, because that whole past life thing.
Yeah. But, like, if she's not supposed to know her past life, like, why does she know that her dad was a werewolf?
Oh, that's a good point.
Come on. Anyway. I'm not a shapeshifter. I can't transform myself like Eva. That's the dumbest idea ever, I said angrily. I got up and slammed my hands against the desk, breaking it in half.
Oh, and everything in that office was already broken.
Yeah, for real.
You just broke the one thing. Like, the only thing left.
Besides that one chair.
Yeah.
Evangeline, calm down. It's not that serious, Eva yelled. I turned to her furious. It is that serious, and if someone fucking calls me that one more time, I'm snapping someone's head off. I stormed out the office and out to the house. I outstretched my wings and took off. I needed some alone time to think this all over. I don't understand why I was so freaked out about this. Yes, Alpha Derek was terrifying, but I was the highest rank of assassins. Nothing should terrify me this much. Was there something more? I'll go down to It's About Time.
Okay.
I landed on the highest tree I could find and looked up at the sky. The sun was setting, giving off an orange pinkish glow, and it was beautiful. I watched as a pair of snow-white wings circled around the sky. Just the wings. Nobody attached. Just wings. I outstretched my midnight black wings, signaling that I was over here. I watched as Eva swooped under me and landed on a branch under me. What's going on, Ava? What was that? Eva asked calmly. I sighed. Eva, you know why I don't like anyone calling me Evangeline. It just hurts too much, I said. My vision began to blur from the tears in my eyes. Do you want to talk about it? Eva suggested. I shook my head and blinked back the tears. No, I'm fine. I just overreacted. It's just that Alpha Derek is intimidating, that's all. And I'm not used to being separated from you, I said.
Why did she have to name him Derek?
I know, it's so awful.
The most intimidating one. Alpha Jason was bad enough.
Derek.
Oh, gosh.
And it's not even like a typical bad boy name, I don't feel like.
No.
Jeez, it's bad. You can do it, big sis. Aren't they twins?
Yeah, they're fraternal. Yep. But maybe she's like
maybe
was
she's
born a minute.
One.
Yeah.
I don't know. You can do it, big sis. I know you can. I looked down at her and smiled. It's about time you recognized me as the older twin. Oh, I grinned as I took off.
Eva flew up next to me and glared at me. That was a once-in-a-lifetime thing unless you die, but you can't just die no matter how many times I stab you. I glared her and slapped her with my wing. She gasped. As I winked at her and dove down. Her flight skills were no match for mine, unless you include landing, because apparently you suck at landing.
Yeah.
I hugged Nick and wrapped my wings around him tightly. I'm gonna miss you, Nicky Bear, I said. Same here, Ava, except it will be me missing you, though.
What?
He looked down as he blushed. Oh my gosh. I giggled. You're so cute. I wish you were my bait, I said sadly. What? Nick cupped my cheek with his hand. Don't think about that, Ava. It's over. He smiled. Why would he smile after saying that?
Sorry, we're broken up.
Yeah, I know.
Don't think about it. Just don't think about it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I smiled and planted a kiss on his cheek. You already know what to feed Elizabeth. Just make sure it isn't dead before she feeds off of it, I ordered. Ava! Elizabeth squealed as she ran into my arms. I caught her and spun her around. How long will you be gone? She pouted. I sighed. For a while, Ellie. I promise I will come back, though. I placed a kiss on her forehead and set her down. I waved to Lucy and the rest of the white wolves. Ready, Ava? Eva asked. I looked down at myself and shrugged. I was put into baggy, raggedy, dirty clothes to look like an escaped Omega. What's an Omega?
Like, isn't omega like the last letter in the Greek alphabet? So
I think so.
maybe like the lowest ranking werewolf in a pack.
Oh. Oh, duh. Because alpha,
Yeah.
beta. Oh.
You're just now getting it?
Yeah. That went way over my head. Jeez. All
Well, and
right.
I mean, the whole like alpha wolf thing that this is based on has been completely disproven. So it's like not even real, but
Yeah.
anyway, that's what I'm guessing.
Okay. We'll go with that. Now, remember, Ava, you can't show them who you are. No matter what happens, do not show them your strength, your wings, your weapons. Nothing! She shot at me. I rolled my eyes. I will keep my anger at a minimum, madam. Good, she smiled. We hugged each other as our wings wrapped around each other like yin and yang. We unwrapped ourselves and took off our separate ways. I flew up north. I concentrated and tried to look for the mind of someone in the Blood Moon pack. Then I heard it. Damn, it's a full moon. Why am I even patrolling? It's not like someone is idiotic to attack our pack. Unless they got a death wish. Foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Bingo. I opened my eyes
How
and
much more
followed
are
the
you
gold.
gonna read?
Oh, I was going to finish this paragraph and then tell you.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. No, you're fine. You're totally fine. I will read. I'll just finish this paragraph and then you can read.
Okay.
Right. I opened my eyes and followed the gold trail in front of me. I followed it, still continuing north. Soon, about 3 hours later of listening to the stupid wolf's thoughts, the gold trail began to dive. I blinked twice and the trail disappeared. I dove down and landed face first into mud.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
I was never actually good with landings. I shifted my wings into my back after saying goodbye. I heard a growl from a distance, so I decided to follow it. Hello? I said, trying to sound as innocent as possible. A wolf appeared in front of me. It bared its teeth, signaling me not to move. I stayed silent and watched as the wolf shifted behind the tree and came back as a tall, blonde-haired man. Who are you and what do you want? He growled. I cleared my throat and put on my actress skills. Please help me. My previous pack was attacked, so I escaped. I am just a lowly Omega.
Lonely.
I am just a lonely Omega, I pleaded. Damn, I was good at this. Ugh. He smirked. What's your name? Ava. Why is she using her full name?
Wait.
Huh?
Boo Boo's meowing in his sleep.
Oh. I can't hear him.
He's not anymore.
Oh.
Oh my god.
That's cute.
Well, right before this, his whole body like convulsed and he sounded like it was like or whatever. And then as you were talking, I just heard this and it was like real quiet. I'm like, wait. That's why I told you to shush because it was him.
Oh.
And then you couldn't hear it. But after you had stopped talking, he went like that.
Oh.
And he's just totally asleep.
Oh.
Oh.
Bye-bye.
He's never done that. That's so cute. All right. Sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, I was asking like why she's using her real name.
Yeah, that's a good
That's
point.
really stupid.
Yeah.
That's not your whole name. But my name is Ava. What is your whole name, maggot? He roared. Evangeline, I hissed, trying to hold back my anger. He smirked. You're lucky I like Ava better. Well, you're too pretty to go to waste, so I'll bring you back to the Alpha. Ugh, he said, as he'd grabbed my wrist. When she has a face full of mud. We walked through
Yeah,
the
that's
woods.
what I was thinking.
We walked through the woods for about 15 minutes until I spotted a freaking mansion. It was bigger and grander than Nick's and Jason's pack houses combined. Honestly, this alpha gets props for this house. Come on, maggot, the wolf said as he pulled me into the house. Hi, Hermes. It was even better inside. The living area was huge. Softest looking couches ever. Huge flat screen TV, all kinds of gaming consoles, and reclining chairs. The kitchen was across from it, and it was gorgeous. Stainless steel appliances, oak counters, and marble countertops. This place was nice. The wolf took me upstairs and stopped at the first door we saw. He knocked on the door. Come in, a harsh voice answered. We entered the room and it was an office. As soon as we entered, the greatest smell hit me full blast in my face. It was a mixture of lemon and peppermint.
Oh no, I just read ahead a little bit.
It soothed me and made me weaken my knees. That could only mean, shit, no, not again. I looked up and noticed the huge office. A dark wood oak desk, bookshelf, and a few chairs. Seated behind the desk was the sexiest guy I have ever met. Derek is not a sexy name. No offense to all the Dereks out there.
Yeah.
Dark brown hair, all messy. Strong facial features. Stubble on his chin. How desperately did I want to see his eyes. What? So she can't see his eye? It's like his hair all messy.
He's not looking at her.
But she can see his facial features and his. Well, I guess if he's like,
he's looking
his back
down.
Turned.
Yeah, read the rest of it. You'll see. He's looking down.
Oh, Alpha, I caught this maggot near our territory. She is a rogue, the wolf said. Kill her. We don't allow rogues here, he said coldly. He didn't even look up at me. Oh. Well. Yes, Alpha. Wait, I squealed. Please don't. At the sound of my voice, he looked up. His gray eyes met my blue eyes, and it felt as though I was being pulled into them. I felt my heart mending itself from my previous rejection. Nothing else mattered in this room except for him. I felt a pull I felt a pull between us two, but I don't know if he felt it. I was feeling complete, and I loved it. I wanted to touch him so badly. Do not oh my god, do not talk out to the Alpha like that. The wolf hissed, but the Alpha stopped him. He placed his hands under his chin and looked at me. Who did you say she was? He asked. Her name is Evangeline, or Ava for short. She was an Omega of an attacked pack. The Alpha's face showed clear disgust when I was introduced as a Omega. Take her up to the cellar. We can use her in the morning. Oh! Gross! Was all he said before I was dragged up quite a few stairs and thrown into a room. We are gonna have fun with you tomorrow, Ava. He smiled as he slammed the door. I looked around the room and all I noticed was a mattress. Sorry, Hermes is getting zoomies and he just looked at me with the craziest eyes I have ever seen. This is not how I should be treated, I muttered under my breath. I sat down on the dirty mattress and processed all that just happened. The moon goddess gave me a second chance mate. I frowned. She just fucked up everything. Remember when I said she makes mistakes? Well, this has to be her biggest mistake. Oh my god. She just gave her highest ranking assassin the most dangerous, fiercest, brutalist alpha in the country as a mate. And right now he was number 1 on my kill list. Shit just got complicated.
Well, of course that would be her mate.
Yeah.
Like, you're talking about, like, the two big players, you know,
Yeah.
in the world or whatever. And, of course, they would be the ones to be together.
Oh, we get a nice little preview of what he looks like.
Okay, hang on. I've got an ad.
Oh, that sucks. I mean, I guess he's kind of cute. Ugh. He doesn't look like his name is Derek. He just looks like a generic model to me.
Like a Hollister model?
Yeah.
That's
Or
just
like,
a guess. I still don't see him yet.
kinda.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. That's
You know what I mean?
pretty generic.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Just
good
generic
looking.
white guy. Or generic white model, I should say.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
All right. Chapter 4. Okay. I felt someone shaking me roughly. I groaned and rolled over. Come on, you gotta get up. You're lucky they sent me up here instead of someone else. I heard someone giggle. My God, Boo Boo. He's so cute. Come on, you gotta get up. Oh no, I already read that. My eyes shot open and I was welcomed by a young woman. She looked to be about in her 20s. Her hair was black and curly. Her face seemed so smooth and blemish-free. Her eyes were dark chocolate brown, and her skin was a light brown completion. Come on.
Oh, so she's a
So
person of color. She's not even white. That's cool.
Yeah.
Sorry. We don't really see that in these stories. Inclusion.
Yeah, and especially because this is from a while ago.
Yeah.
Do you know when this was written?
2015 was when it was completed.
2015, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Come on so you can wash up and put on some clean clothes, she said as she got up. She was wearing black shorts and a white crop top, showing off her slender stomach.
Oh, I've never heard of a stomach being described as slender.
Really?
Sorry.
I have.
That just disturbs me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know why.
Because, like, Slenderman?
No. Like...
Oh. I know, I'm kidding.
Just, I don't know. Slender and stomach, I don't think should be used together.
I kind of see what you mean. Okay. I nodded and followed her out the cellar. Okay, I have to say, I'm really tired of this. Like, when people write out the cellar, out the door.
Yeah.
Shouldn't it be out of?
I mean, I think it depends. Like, sometimes it's okay, but most of the time, I feel like there should be an of there. Okay. Or just, like, say that you're leaving the room differently. Instead of saying out of blank.
Yeah. Okay. Because it was so frequent. I didn't know if, like, I was incorrect or something. So
no, I think it just, like, occasionally it's okay to say out the... Like, he went out the window.
Yes.
Or I looked out the window.
Yeah.
But...
Okay.
Most of the time I think they're supposed to be of.
Okay. We were on the 4th floor when we stopped at a door and she went in. This must be her room. Her walls were completely white, but every piece of furniture in the room was black.
Ugh.
What?
I don't like this interior decorating.
Oh. Black dresser, black carpet, ooh, black couch, even black headboard. Now, the black couch I could get behind.
Yeah, but not the black carpet.
That sounds cool.
Like, at least make the walls a different color to make it okay. Like,
yeah, the walls are white.
Not completely white. Maybe, like, off-white.
Yeah.
Or, like, cream-colored.
Yeah. Ooh, that'd be pretty.
But not stark white.
Yeah, ew. Okay. She turned to me and smiled. I grinned. I think I might like this girl. She led me in the bathroom and let me scrub the mud off my face. I walked back out the bathroom and noticed the girl lost in thought. So what's your name? I asked as I scratched the back of my neck. I wasn't good with talking to people. She looked up at me and laughed. Natasha is my name. What can I call you besides Omega? She asked, standing up. Ava is what I prefer, I shrugged. I hated that I was weak in this bloodthirsty pack. All right, Ava. Well, we should get you down to my mate. He will be showing you your task, Natasha said a little sadly. I nodded and followed her to the door. I feared what was going to happen to me. Okay.
Do you want me to read a little bit? Well, there's still quite a bit left.
Yeah, let me read a little bit further.
Okay.
Is that all you got? I thought in my head as I took another blow to the stomach. The man hitting me still didn't look satisfied at my reaction. His hits were nothing to me, but I did my best to pretend like I'm hurt. My healing quickly didn't help, though. Oh, me healing quickly didn't help, though.
Oh.
Every time I effing hit you, they just heal, he muttered as he punched me square in the jaw. My hands were tied behind my back, and I was forbidden to move. It was all right, though. Training with Eva was much worse than this. I turned my head and spit blood out of my mouth and smirked. Just as he cocked his fist back, I heard a growl. A smell hit me in the face. Oh, it's my heart. Began to pound a little fast. I knew he was behind me. I just wanted him closer to me. That's enough, Roman, he growled, and the Roman guy bowed. Roman quickly walked away, and I was face to face with the alpha himself. You heal faster than a normal wolf. I was at war. He stated. I loved the way he talked. It was so husky and sexy. He was wearing a pair of dark blue jeans, of course, with a white V-neck shirt to make his muscles more defined. Answer me, he roared, snapping me out of my daze. I will read down to I scurried.
Okay.
I looked up at him and noticed pure disgust on his face as he knew I was checking him out. Was that disgust because of me? Excuse me? I tried to ask innocently without sounding rude. Do you know how to cook? He asked impatiently. Sort of, I answered as I looked down on the ground. Then go in there and help the other Omegas cook, he demanded angrily as he untied me. I quickly scurried out of his sight. I didn't like making him mad, but I couldn't help but notice a look of disgust when he saw me.
Huh? Okay. I scurried into the kitchen. A redhead girl busy in the kitchen. I noticed the small redhead girl running... What? Oh my god. Running around in the kitchen, throwing things in pots and pans, making sure nothing burns. That was very confusing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need help? I asked as I walked into the kitchen. She turned to me with wide green eyes. They reminded me of Elizabeth. Yes, please. This is a big pack of hungry wolves, and if we don't finish in time, they will punish us, she said, scared. I nodded and walked over to her and helped her wash the dishes and cook waffles. Soon after we were done, hungry wolves began to pile into the kitchen asking for food. We served them food, and once we were done, I excused myself out of the kitchen. I wasn't really hungry anyway. As I walked up the steps, I began to think of my mate. Why did the moon goddess decide to present me with a second chance? This was a horrible second chance, but at the same time it wasn't. He was so sexy and powerful you could feel the power radiating off of him. I smiled down at the floor as I bit my lip. I soon felt myself walk into a wall. As I prepared for myself to fall, the wall caught me.
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay. It's like, what the hell? This wall smelled just like lemon and peppermint. Shit, that wasn't a wall. I looked up to see Alpha Derek staring intensely at me as his arms were wrapped around my waist. I noticed an emotion flash in his eyes, but that quickly went away as he growled at me. He removed his arms and instead grabbed my wrist. I couldn't ignore the sparks shooting up my arm like fireworks. He led me to his office, and once we were in there, he closed the door and slammed me against the wall with his hands on either side of my head.
Ooh.
Why don't...
Sorry.
That was like a
was
roller
it the way
coaster.
that I said it?
That was like a roller coaster woo.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It was just funny. Okay. Why don't you smell like a werewolf? He growled at me. I rolled my eyes. That seemed like the only thing he knew how to do. What, growl?
Yeah.
Don't you dare roll your eyes at me. Answer my damn question, he demanded. My father was a wolf and my mother was a human, I said quickly. Why is she just giving out all these personal details?
I know.
Like,
she couldn't think of a story on her way over there.
Right. I mean, I guess that would make her, but shouldn't she smell a little bit like a wolf? If she's half werewolf? And this also makes it seem like her dad was like an actual wolf, not a werewolf.
That's a good point.
Like,
well,
but if she's dead,
that's what I was just gonna say.
Then I don't know.
She's just Angel now.
Yeah. Oh,
Angeline.
Okay. Sorry,
yeah, you read ahead, didn't you?
Yeah, I read ahead
Yeah,
just to figure out like how much more I should read.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep reading.
Okay.
I wasn't scared. I just didn't want my cover blown. I have never failed a mission, and this was not going to be my first one. Derek never took his gaze off of me. I felt a sudden urge to just reach up and comb my fingers through his hair. His smell was filling my nose, and the pull between us was so strong. Why was it so strong? It's only the second day? I bit my lip and tried to concentrate on something. Unfortunately, I looked at his soft, plump lips. My breath hitches in my throat. I looked up into his eyes, and for a moment I thought I saw lust in his eyes. My heartbeat began to quicken, and I felt sweat trickling on my forehead. These damn ads keep popping up. Before I could do anything, Alpha Derek did something that shocked me. He kissed me. Stop it! These ads! They're so annoying. I'll go down to I quickly rushed out of his office.
Okay.
He crashed his lips into mine, and immediately butterflies began to erupt in my stomach. I felt sparks erupt throughout my whole body, and my knees became weak. I wanted nothing more than to stay like this forever. It was like him all over again. It was like Liam all over again. Derek pushed...
Wait, I don't remember Liam.
Me neither. Maybe she meant Nick? I don't know. Derek pulled away looking angry. When was he ever happy? Shit, get the hell out, he said quietly. What? I said, a little heartbroken. I said get out. If you speak of this to anyone, you will be punished, Omega, he roared at me.
I quickly rushed out of his office. This can't be happening to me again. Not again. I ran all the way out of the pack house and into the forest. I stopped under a large shady tree and sat down. I felt my eyes fill up with tears as I replayed the office scene. No, Ava, you can't let this guy break down your shell. I shook my head and mentally face-palmed myself. No, I was way tougher than this. I won't put myself through this again. I looked up at the sky and noticed the sun shining. I'm definitely not going back to that pack house. I closed my eyes and concentrated. I tried to locate Eva's mind. It was a bit difficult, but I managed to find her. Ew, something smells here. You bastards better stop looking at me like that or I'll stick a knife down their throat. Oh, is this juice? Wow, this is some thick juice. Oh, goddess, it smells like butt cheeks. It's blood. I wonder what it tastes like. I hate to break it. Oh, because she's in a coven.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate to break off your little thought, but you're actually starting to worry me. Well, it took you long enough to contact me. I thought you forgot about me and enjoyed the pack life. Oh, goddess, no. These people are animals. They're treating me like...
Shit.
I was used as a punching bag this morning. You didn't show him anything, did you? No, the guy is like a little bitch. You can throw way better punches than these wolves. Female dogs can't punch anyway. Shut up. So how is the vampire life? Look through my eyes and let me show you. There's another power I can use. No, I can't control people's minds. I can only track down people, read their minds, and communicate with them and look through their eyes. I peered through her eyes and noticed that she was indoors since the sun was out. It was really dark and gloomy, and it looked like she was in a bedroom. She was on top of a bed next to a creepy-looking fellow. The only light in the room was candlelight. So who is the creepy fellow? He's the clan leader. He wants to claim me as his wife because of my beauty. Well, if you were disguised, I'm pretty sure he would have picked the sun instead of your ugly face. Ian and I talked and made fun of each other all day. It made me a little upset that we were on separate missions and I couldn't see her in person. I would rather be with the vampires instead of here. All of a sudden, I heard a growling on my end. I cut the connection between my sister and I, but didn't open my eyes. The greatest smell kept blasting me in my face, and I felt a giant pull between me and that growl. I turned away from where I heard the growl and opened my eyes and noticed a golden path, probably to my sister, but I sadly couldn't take it. I blinked twice and noticed it was now nightfall. I heard another growl, but this time it was more demanding. I looked over to see the hottest thing ever. Alpha Derek was standing there in nothing but jeans.
Oh,
yeah, he was shirtless.
My God.
I couldn't help but check out his perfect chest and abs. Where have you been all day? Tried, but I like almost laughed at the end. He said, using his alpha tone, which did not affect me, but I had to pretend it did. I was here all day. Alpha, I muttered. Stand, he ordered. Oh, that's hot. I followed his order as he looked at me with, I'm kidding, with much anger. You are to never leave the pack house unless you have my permission, he snarled. He turned his back to me and began to walk away. Why is he not wearing a shirt, though? I had a question that was
because he just had to be sexy.
That's true. Oh, yeah. I had a question that was boiling up inside of me, and I just wanted to let it free. So what about us? I blurted out. He froze. He slowly turned back around to me with a shocked expression. His expression quickly changed to anger. It wasn't his usual anger. It was menacing. Uh-oh. He began to walk forward, which caused me to walk backwards until I felt my back pressed up against a tree. The people are always pressed up against things in these books. I felt excitement and fear in the pit of my stomach as he stepped closer and closer towards me. I held my arms out in front of me, but he only grabbed them and slammed them above my head. I couldn't ignore... Oh, this is from the thing!
Yeah.
I couldn't ignore the tingles that ignited as he gripped my wrist and held them above my head. I felt the bark of the tree stab into my back as he had me pressed against it. I bit my lip, not from excitement, but from fear. He raised his lips to my ear and growled, There is nothing between you and I. You don't deserve to become the Luna of my pack. You are weak, he hissed into my ear. I watched as he walked out of the forest. I heard my heart shattering to pieces. If only he knew my past. You don't know your past.
Yeah.
I wanted to go crawl in a ditch and die. My mate had just basically rejected me without saying the words. No, it was... And I was damn sure gonna do it.
Oh, I'm just gonna reread it for you, because...
Oh, did it cut out?
Yeah. Oh, Paulo. Sweet boy. So... Mate had just rejected her. No, it was no time to feel sorry for myself. I had a job to do, and I was damn sure I was going to do it. Okay.
The picture at the top of the next chapter is Natasha.
Okay. She's cute.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Oh, puppy. He's sitting right in front of me. What a sweet boy. Okay. What chapter is this? Chapter 5. Alright. I felt myself being shaken as I opened my eyes. I didn't see Natasha, I saw someone else. She had blonde hair, green eyes. To me, she was beautiful. To Eva, she would say she was a walking Barbie doll. Good morning, she chirped into my ear. I groaned. Come, sleepyhead. Derek sent me up here to wake you up, she giggled. Where's Natasha? I asked. I realized she didn't say Alpha or Alpha Derek. She must be a close friend to him because he seems respected by everyone in his pack. She is training with her mate. You are to go and help her. I must say you are very pretty for a Omega. It's a shame, really, she said as she walked out. Bitch, I muttered as I got off the mattress. I walked out of the room and headed downstairs. I noticed the blonde was sitting at the island, tapping her fingers on the marble. Took you long enough. My name Oh my god. My name is... My nameler is Taylor. I'm imagining Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Watch that be like the image for Taylor is Taylor Swift.
Yep.
She said as she got up. Ava. She led me to the training center, and I noticed a lot of wolves training and fighting each other. Beta Daniel, Tasha, Taylor yelled. I noticed Natasha and a tall, dark-skinned man beside her walking towards up. Probably supposed to be us.
Yeah.
Natasha outstretched her arms and hugged Taylor. Where were you yesterday? I missed you, Natasha said to Taylor. Taylor blushed. He wouldn't let me leave the room all yesterday.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Hi, Ava. Excited to help us train? I asked Alpha Derek if we could take you so you wouldn't be a punching bag today, Natasha said casually. I shrugged. Oh, by the way, this is Beta Daniel, my mate, Natasha said. He growled at me, expecting me to bow. I forced myself to bow to him and quickly got up. Natasha grabbed my hand and pulled me into the middle of the training field. I noticed a tray of a silver knife beside where we were. Ava, are you fast? Natasha asked. Sure, I was fast. I was faster than a speeding bullet. I once killed 5 men in 20 seconds. Of course I can't say that, though. I guess so, I said shyly. Would knew I could be such a good actress. She chuckled. We shall see. She told me to put the protective gloves on. At first I didn't understand, but I forgot that wolves can't touch silver, and they all think I am a wolf. Ugh. I put the gloves on and grabbed 5 knives in each hand. I watched as Daniel and Natasha got in ready stance. I smirked. This was going to be fun. I'll go to your room. Or I'll go to your room.
Oh, okay.
I threw the first knife at Daniel and 2 at Natasha. It was so quick they didn't expect it. As they dodged out the way, I threw another at Daniel's face. He quickly ducked and looked angry. I kept throwing knives as fast as I could, but not too fast. Wrong 2.
Yeah.
As soon as they thought it was over, I quickly threw the last knife at Natasha when she least expected it. She saw it coming, but wasn't quick enough. It flew past her face, leaving a bleeding gash. She screamed in pain. I turned pale. Beta Daniel looked furious. So, okay, why are they using, real silver knives?
That's what I was thinking. Why not just regular knives?
Yeah. Or just, practice wooden knives.
Well, the weight would be different.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, Beta Daniel looked furious. He walked over to me. I already knew his motives were to hit me. To be specific, he was going to backhand me. I wasn't going to fight. That would expose me. I watched as he walked over to me and prepared for impact. With swift movements, he backhanded me and I fell to the ground. Okay, so why was... Ugh. God.
What?
No, why did she say... I know he is going to backhand me. And then say that he backhanded her.
Yeah.
That's not necessary.
Yeah.
Go to your room until I find a punishment for you, Omega, Daniel growled at me. Okay, your turn.
Oh. I nodded and quickly ran away. Wait. Oh, yeah. I nodded and quickly ran away from Natasha's screams. Why would she still be screaming?
I don't know.
I stopped once I got to my room and flopped onto the mattress. I felt so bad for her. I stayed in my room throughout the whole day and no one summoned me. I decided to go to the Alpha and find out where Natasha is so I could apologize to her. Sounds like a bad idea to me.
Yeah, I mean, excuse me.
Uh-oh. I just read ahead a little bit.
Oh, keep going.
Okay. All right. I walked out the room and headed downstairs. I noticed out of a window it was dark outside. I stopped at the first door on the second floor and opened it. Of course, I didn't bother to knock, and I immediately regretted it. There I saw Taylor in only her underwear, straddling Derek. I could smell the arousal in the air, and it disgusted me. I felt my heart drop. My mate would rather be with someone else instead of me.
Oh,
Sorry,
boo-hoo.
Alpha.
Sorry.
Sorry, Alpha. I'll come back later. If this is only like her second day there or whatever.
Yeah.
I muttered as I closed the door. I ran downstairs and ran out of the house. My wings pushed themselves out of my back painfully, and I outstretched them as I soared into the sky. I was hurt. I was beyond hurt that he was enjoying it. I perched myself on the branch of the tree and sat down. I felt a single tear slid down my face as I looked up at the moon. I want her dead. I want him dead. I want them both dead. He is breaking my heart, and I just want it over with.
Oh, fuck.
See, it's just entertaining to me now. Investigating. I'm going to do my job, and that's to kill. Okay, girl. Well, this is like the third time you've said this, so
Yeah.
get to it. I swooped down off the tree and walked through the forest. As I was exiting the forest, I heard voices. I slid behind a tree and noticed two figures. I looked over in their direction and tried to tap into one of their minds. Immediately, I grew a headache. I tried harder, but only heard a few things. Angel, killed, need, him, war.
Fuck.
I felt blood dripping out my nose, and I immediately knew it must be Alpha Derek. I only have a hard time tapping into Alpha and Luna minds. I looked at the other figure and tries to tap into his mind. Luckily, it wasn't a Alpha. I entered his mind and peered through his eyes. He looked up at Alpha Derek. I noticed Derek extremely excited. We were tricked. It was a trick to save the white wolf we captured. I recognized the voice as baited Jonathan from the pack I attacked. What? That is what you dumbasses get for capturing a white wolf. The white wolves are heavily guarded and protected by the moon goddess. Perhaps he is with them, Alpha Derek smirked. He was so sexy when he smirked, it made my heart melt. No, it is a woman. The black-winged angel is a woman. As she took off with the white wolf. She killed my Alpha, Jonathan said. A woman? Sure? I couldn't imagine women to be that powerful from the stories. Either way, I still need her to complete my plan. Find her, track her, I don't care. Bring her to me alive. That was when I stopped. I opened my eyes and watched the golden figure walk away. I blinked twice and everything was back to normal. What would they possibly want with me? I flew back to and noticed a window open on the side of the house. I dove into it and noticed it was the third floor hallway.
Okay, sorry, pause. Again. Sorry, just this whole, like, tracking thing that she does, that also reminds me of Assassin's Creed.
Yeah!
Like, when you use eagle vision.
Yep.
And you can see your target, and,
Yep.
like, the one that you're going for glows gold.
Yep.
Girl.
Yeah.
She just stole all of the game mechanics from Assassin's Creed.
She was inspired by them.
Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I quietly walked up to my room and closed the door. I laid on the mattress and replayed the whole conversation. Derek needs me, and it seems important. Maybe I could get him to tell me more. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
All of a sudden, I felt a burning sensation inside my body. It was like someone was lighting me on fire. I ripped my shirt off and noticed bruises forming on my stomach. I knew my body was trying to heal them because they kept appearing and disappearing. I knew what was wrong and I began to feel betrayed. A knife materialized into my hand and I plunged it into my stomach. I hissed in pain. Let's see how he likes the pain. I still felt as though my body was on fire, but now it was like I drank a container of lava. Ew. I
Huh?
gripped the knife and began trying to cut open my stomach. I slid the knife down until it was a huge gash in my stomach with blood spilling
So
out.
she's disemboweling herself?
Basically, the heat stopped and my gash instantly healed. No, I did not do this to cause pain in myself. I did this to cause pain in my mate. We can feel each other's extreme pain, or when they are sleeping with someone else. I hope that ruined his night. So, okay, I don't know if this author stole this idea, but like every single werewolf book we've read has this same
Like they
thing.
can feel each other's whatever.
Yeah.
But isn't it like once they're actually like mated that they can do
Hmm.
that?
Oh, yeah, some of them, yeah.
I don't know. But like, well, I don't know. I guess he just likes to get a little freaky if he's getting bruises all over the place. I was like, why is he getting bruised up? But whatever. Maybe he likes, I don't know. I don't want to get too weird. Do you want to keep reading or do you want me to finish it?
Well,
Well,
there's
there's
still
still
a
a
lot
lot
left.
left.
Do you want to you read a little bit and then I'll read a little bit and then you finish?
Okay.
Cuz you started this chapter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Ava, come on, wake up. I woke up screaming in pain. It wasn't physical pain, it was emotional pain from my nightmare. I noticed Natasha sitting on my bed with a concerned look on her face. Ava, what's wrong? She asked as she hugged me. Natasha, I'm sorry I didn't mean to hurt you. I was just trying to help you train, I said, hugging her back. She sighed. It's all right, Ava. I forgive you. Now what's wrong? Why were you screaming? Nightmare, I muttered. She looked at me and then turned away. Daniel wants you downstairs to talk about your punishment. I tried to talk him out of it, but he wouldn't listen, she said as she turned back to me. I noticed the gash on the left cheek was no longer bleeding, but it may never heal again. Oh, on her cheek. Okay. I felt bad for her, but then I buried that deep inside. I can't start feeling pity for the ones I harmed. I nodded and got up. We both walked downstairs, and I was welcomed by a smirking Beta. Ah, hello, Ava. How did you sleep? Fine, I muttered. Natasha shot me a look. Good. Well, you will be Roman's little assistant for today, he smirked. I rolled my eyes. Roman was a brutal and cruel pack warrior. The best pack warrior. He was also very fond of me. Huh? Beta, sir, did you call for me? Roman walked in. I would say he was an attractive fellow, but he wasn't. His face was filled with battle scars. His eyes were black and his hair was blonde. Yes, for the rest of the day, Ava will be your personal assistant, Daniel smirked. Roman looked at me and smiled. Okay, so wait, is Daniel is Natasha's mate, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Roman looked at me and smiled. Thank you, Beta, he said as he grabbed my hand roughly and pulled me outside. He walked to the training area and he threw me roughly on the ground. Get up, Omega. We're gonna have some fun, he smirked. I got up and immediately got a blow in the face. I fell back on the ground with a stinging sensation in my face. It immediately healed. I don't know, that's just a funny sentence. Why do you heal so fast? Roman growled. He gripped my hair and pulled me up as I squirmed. Sorry. Now I'm just imagining her dangling by her hair and wriggling around like a worm. He threw me up against a tree. He grabbed rope and tied me up against the tree. He grabbed a dull metal knife and plunged it into my arm. I hissed. All of a sudden, Alpha Derek was out here in a few seconds. Roman, what are you doing? Derek growled. Roman bowed and then looked up at him. Beta Daniel gave me this Omega for the day. Roman said, so torture her? I just wanted to know why she healed so fast. Derek walked up to me and pulled the knife out of my arm. I was grateful, but then he slammed it into my thigh. I made sure to not to show any pain. He pulled it out and instantly healed. Impressive, he muttered. Alpha, come quick. I found something, I heard someone shout from a distance. Derek looked at me and then walked away. Roman, untie her and then follow me, he said. A very angry Roman came to untie me and then ran to catch up with his Alpha.
Okay, do you want me to read any more, or do you just want to finish it?
Yeah, I'll read this next paragraph and then you can read a little bit and then I'll finish it.
Okay.
I rubbed my wrist and walked back into the house. Natasha and Taylor were sitting there talking. I tried to walk past them, but I wasn't quick enough.
Ava, come sit with us, Taylor chirped. I mentally face-palmed myself and sat at the far end of the couch. Sorry about yesterday, Ava. I guess you'll understand when you get a mate, she grinned. Ouch. I had a mate, I muttered, but she heard every word. Had a mate? What happened? He rejected me because I was the weakest and lowest ranking wolf, I said truthfully. No, I never told anyone about my past mate, Liam, except Eva and Nicholas.
Oh.
It was just too painful. Taylor giggled. What do you mean was? You're still the weakest and lowest ranking wolf.
What a bitch.
I know.
Oh my god.
The author really does not want us to like her.
No.
It's like Mean Girls.
Yeah.
Just as I thought I was going to expose myself and kill her, Derek excitedly rushed in and stood next to Taylor. Baby, what's wrong? She asked as she stood up. He grabbed her face and kissed her. I looked away in disgust. I felt hurt that he could freely kiss her in front of his true mate. She is near! Taylor, she is near! And she's among us. I just think that's so funny that she is near! Like the wording. I had never heard excited, only mad. Hearing him excited was actually adorable.
Okay, but like he's excited that she is there because he is going to use her to do something.
Yeah.
Like that's not adorable.
No.
She needs to get her head out of her vagina.
Oh,
like
I've never heard anybody say that.
She's just thinking with her lady parts right now. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, she was like bragging earlier about how like her emotions don't affect her and she's like all business, you know? And this is just like the total opposite.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. Who is she? Taylor asked, confused. Taylor. Oh my God. I'm having an actual mental breakdown. I just combined his name and feather into one word and like something else because I read ahead. Oh my God, I'm crying.
Ow! Oh, my stomach. Oh my God. like Daylor.
I did!
As in, like, Derek and Taylor. Like, their ship name.
Oh! No. Oh, I just can't imagine what it's like for you.
Uh-huh.
You know, you're just listening to me read, and then all of a sudden I just say these words.
I don't know. You said you're pretty tired. Maybe we should take a break after this chapter is done.
Well, yeah, I was actually going to say, and it's almost 10:30 anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Oh.
All right. Derek pulled out a large black feather out of his back pocket, and I almost gasped. One of my feathers must have fallen off last night. I must be molting. That's hot. He then pulled out a white silvery feather. I immediately recognized it as Eva's feather.
Huh?
So she's around? The black winged one is a female, and she has an assistant with her watching us. Said. But Derek, Taylor started to say, but he raised his hand. I know it has to be done tonight, he said as he turned to me. For a moment, I saw guilt flash through his eyes, but then they became emotionless. Evangeline, in my office now, Derek said as he walked away. I got up confused and I turned to Taylor. She had jealousy written all over her face. I walked up to the first floor and entered his office. He was sitting behind his desk with his arms crossed. I closed the door and he immediately growled. What were you doing last night? He growled. I'll finish this paragraph and then you can read.
Okay.
I suddenly knew he was talking about me stabbing myself in the stomach to stop him from what he was doing. Mates have a strong connection. They can feel each other's pain and emotion.
Right now, Derek and I were in the stage where we felt each other's pain. Nothing, I quickly lied. He got up and began walking towards me. I felt my back press up against the wall, as per usual, and my heart began to beat widely. It should be wildly.
Yeah.
From excitement. I felt his breath fanning my face. That kind of grosses me out.
Me too. I don't want to smell somebody's breath.
Yeah. With swift movements, he ripped my shirt off. He growled in satisfaction. I felt his eyes and hands, each down to my stomach. Huh? As he began to feel around. I knew he was trying hard to control his wolf, but I knew his human motives. He was trying to find a scar from last night. Jesus. Roman was right. You do heal quickly, he muttered. All of a sudden, the office door flung open and we looked up. There was a wide, teary-eyed Taylor looking at both of us. She quickly ran away and Derek roared in anger. So he went, Arrgh! He began taking off his white shirt and tossed it to me. Oh. I was like, why is he like about to take off his shirt to run after Taylor? But he's
that's what I thought.
No, I think he's giving it to her because she doesn't have a shirt on.
Oh, duh. Because he ripped it.
Yeah. It was hard not to drool at his toned body, but he looked at me with anger written all over his face.
Wait. Can I make a prediction?
Sure.
His shirt, something she's going to comment on. Uh-huh. His shirt is going to smell like him, and she's going to say something about it later.
Yeah, I bet.
I think.
Get out, he snarled, and I scurried out of the room. I went up to my room and... Huh?
No, read the sentence.
Oh, I went up to my room and laid down, the mattress. I closed my eyes and tried to enter Eva's mind. If he touches my sister again, I swear to Goddess, I will cut all of his limbs off and... Sorry, am I interrupting something? Ava, how could you be okay with these monsters hurting you? Why are you watching me? How did you know? You're molting and they found one of your feathers. Shit, well that means you are too, and you can't keep your wings in while you're molting. Eva, we have a problem. Is it that you haven't killed the alpha yet? That's the thing, I can't kill him. Why not? He is my second chance mate. Fuck, we have to call off the mission. If you kill him, you will most likely die. You can't kill another one of your mates. Another one?
She killed Liam?
I guess. And I know what he is looking for. He needs the Black-Winged Angel alive for something. Ava, reveal yourself. This mission won't be a success if he is your mate. Go now and reveal yourself. We're only on chapter 5 of 31. This is happening pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I opened my eyes and saw the gold trail leading out the window. I looked out the window and noticed a gold figure standing on the treetops. I blinked twice and saw Eva looking at me. She motioned for me to go. I nodded and walked out the room. I headed to the second floor. When I approached his office door, I heard voices. Why was she standing there with no shirt on, pressed up against the wall? I heard Taylor's voice. Look, it wasn't what it looked like, okay? I love you, not her, Derek said. I heard my heart cracking in my chest as he said that. You really do, Derek? Of course. I could never want Evangeline. She is weak and the lowest rank. I couldn't be with someone as weak and pitiful as her.
But you've called her impressive twice now.
Yeah. Oh, we're going into a flashback.
Okay. Oh, this is about Liam.
I think so, yeah. I landed on the ground with a hard "this" as gray feathers quivered behind my back. They were so disappointing and small. That's because I am the lowest rank of them all. I landed in mud and watched his feet approach me. I looked up and saw a smirking Liam. Liam, how could you mate with her instead of me? I am your mate, I cried. He bent down and pulled me up by my hair. I am a alpha. I can do whatever I want. You are the weakest of all angels, Evangeline. How could I ever love someone as weak as you? I couldn't be with someone as weak and as pitiful as you, he snarled. Anger boiled inside of me. It was an anger beyond anger, but it wasn't mine. I felt a sword materializing into my hand, and I watched as Liam turned gold. Excuse me. I stood up and screamed. I pushed the sword through his chest as he fell to the ground. I watched as light slipped out of his eyes. My heart was broken, and now I have nothing. I am sorry, my child. I never meant for him to hurt you. I have failed you. Never again will I hurt you again. I heard the moon goddess speak into my mind. I fell to the ground and clutched Liam's chest. He was the only person I ever loved, and I killed him. Why don't I just die with him?
Sounds like this goddess is a goddess of second chances.
Yeah.
For herself.
End of flashback. I felt a burst of heat spread through my neck. I felt a burning sensation between my neck and shoulder. He was marking her. I saw red, nothing but red. I felt my wings pushing out of my back painfully, wanting to be free. Ava? I heard a voice behind me. I turned around to see Natasha looking at me with fear. Ava, why are your eyes red? She asked quietly. My wings pushed out of my back slowly and painfully. I ran down the steps as fast as I could as I heard Natasha calling for the alpha. My wings sprung out, and I covered myself as I ran straight out the door, creating a huge hole. I flapped my wings and took off. There was a full moon. You told me you would never hurt me again, you bitch! I screamed at the moon. Ava, how dare scream at the moon goddess like that? What is wrong with you? Eva yelled as she flew next to me. All I saw was red. I wanted to kill anything that stood in my way. Is she gonna kill the moon? I wanted to kill Alpha Derek. I looked and saw him standing outside looking up at us with wide eyes. I darted down towards him. I wanted his blood. I was suddenly pushed off course and looked up to see Ava looking at me angrily. If you kill him, then you will die, and I can't let that happen, she screamed. Oh, excuse me. A silver bow appeared into my hand, and I shot a flaming arrow at her. She dodged it as I sent another one flying towards her that missed her face by an inch. Evangeline, please listen. If you kill him, then you're killing yourself. I don't know what he has done, but please don't do this. I need you, Eva pleaded. I shot an arrow, and it hit her in her left wing. She screamed out in pain and went whizzing down to the earth. I blinked 3 times and realized what I had just done. I vanished the bow and arrows and dove down to catch Eva. I grabbed her and flipped us over so that I got the impact from the ground. We landed and I felt my spinal cord break and re-heal. I saw wolves running towards us and I put up a protective dome around Eva and I. I watched as her feathers slowly began to fall off. The burns on her back began healing, but she was knocked out. Wolves surrounded the dome, banging on it, trying to break through. I held her close to make sure she would get hurt. I probably meant wouldn't get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I had a protective sum around us. Tomorrow was going to be interesting.
Tomorrow? Like right now?
I don't know.
You know, I know they heal instantly and stuff, but it seems like they made a deal out of the fact that the arrow hit her in her wing.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like if they get their wings injured, they don't heal.
Yeah.
Because she, like, fell to the earth and didn't recover.
Yeah. Or she's, like, recovering slowly.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That was a good reading session, I think.
Yeah. I kind of don't want to stop, but...
Yeah, I know. Well, you've got stuff you have to do in the morning.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'm just going to the gym, but...
Oh. Well, I mean... I don't know. I don't have to do anything tomorrow morning.
I'll leave it up to you.
Let's do one more and see how we're feeling.
Okay.
Yay.
I think this one's shorter, too.
Okay.
Just that last one was really long.
Yeah, that was really, really, really long.
Okay. Chapter 6. And this is a good dent we're making, too.
Yeah.
All right. I felt a sharp pain, and I woke up hissing. There stood Eva with her hands on her hips, glaring at me. I looked down and noticed a knife in my side. What the heck? I was interrupted by a banging on the dome. I turned to see an angry Alpha staring at us. I took the dome down and stood up. My office. Now, he growled as he turned away. I pulled the knife out of my side and threw it at Eva. I looked down and noticed that there were white feathers everywhere. She snapped her fingers and they all turned to ash. She ruffled her shiny new white feathers and stretched her wings. They slowly retreated into her back. I folded mine so I could easily walk around with them without them breaking things. I couldn't yet put them away because I was molting. We walked into the pack house and I felt everyone's eyes on me and a few people gasped. I wouldn't blame them because I am only a myth. We walked up to the second floor and entered his office. There sat Derek and Taylor in his lap. I felt anger ripple through me. Eva looked between us and then looked at Taylor's neck as her eyes went wide. We need to talk, Derek said seriously. She needs to get out, I snarled. Do not talk to the Luna of this pack like that, he growled. Ooh, that makes me mad.
Yeah.
I slammed my hands on, causing it to break under my hands. She breaks yet another desk.
Mm-hmm. She just hates these desks.
Taylor jumped with fear in her eyes. She is not the Luna of this pack, and I will talk to her wherever I want to. You obey me, for I am higher rank than you, I growled. Ugh. Taylor, leave, he said, and she dashed to the door. Now what do you want? I crossed my arms. Why didn't you reveal yourself to me and instead chose the role of a Omega? He asked. I had a mission, ordered by the moon goddess. I can't just walk up in here. I am supposed to be a myth. So why now? You need me for something, I said. I'm not sure if I need you anymore. You still seem weak, he smirked. I hated being called weak. I punched the wall beside me, creating a huge hole. Give me 5 of
Wrong
your...
hole.
What'd you say?
Wrong hole.
Oh, notice. Give me 5 of your best warriors. Let the weakest 2 fight in wolf form. You may blindfold me and tie my hands behind my back, and you shall see if I am weak or not, I yelled. Fine. Training square now, was all he said.
I like how you're making him sound like a bitch, like a sassy little monarch.
I know. That's kind of what
Huh?
That's kind of what I'm going for.
Yeah. Well, you're doing it well.
Good. Yay. I walked out the door and noticed Taylor standing there. Hey, Ava, you forgive me for calling you weak, right? Shut up, bitch. I spat in her face. Eva caught up and walked next to me. Ava, come on, you can't do this. Please don't do this just to prove a point, she pleaded. Afraid I'm gonna get hurt, I smirked. Hell no, I'm scared you're gonna kill one of those wolves, she laughed. We walked out to the training square and noticed there was a large crowd around something. A few people noticed me coming and stepped out the way. I walked into the middle and noticed 5 large guys talking among each other. One of them was Roman. Ooh, I hope she gets to beat him up.
I think she's going to.
Okay. I'm gonna read down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
Just because you're an angel doesn't mean I'm not gonna kick your ass. Let's see if the stories about your power is true, he smirked. Eva came behind me and chained my hands together with silver chains. She then blind called to me. All I saw was darkness. I could hear people chanting around me. I focused my attention and entered Roman's mind. I'm gonna kick this bitch ass. If I can beat the most powerful angel, then I am invincible. Maybe I can take the spot as alpha. Oh gosh, he's such a dweeb.
Mm-hmm.
I looked through his eyes and watched myself stand there. I looked horrible. I stretched my wings out to show I am more powerful, and I heard a few people gasp and whistle. My left ear twitched as I heard cracking and growling. My right ear twitched, and I heard paws stomping on the ground. A wolf was running towards me on the left. By the count of 5, he will be close enough for me to attack.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I jumped up and landed on the wolf's back hard. I felt it collapse, and I heard bones crunching under my feet. I looked through Roman's eyes and noticed the guy on his right came running towards me. My right ear twitched, and I kicked the injured wolf at him to make him trip. He landed on the ground hard as I heard a cracking sound in his face. My right ear twitched again, and I heard growls coming towards me. It jumped at me, and I smacked it away with my wing. I heard it fly into the crowd. 3 down and 2 to go. I looked into Roman's eyes and watched as the guy advanced to me quietly. He came from the side, and that's when I broke the chains off my wrist. My silver bow appeared in my hand, and I launched a metal arrow at him. I heard him scream in pain. I whisked the bow away and snapped my fingers. I felt a warmth between my fingers. I felt a small fire in my hand and grinned. Ugh! That was redundant.
Yeah.
I blew on it and heard excruciating screams come from Roman. I took the blindfold off and looked at my damage. 3 knocked out, a arrow in one's neck and the other with horrible burns. I scanned the crowd and saw Derek looking angry. You might want to send these boys to a hospital, I smirked and walked away. I heard Eva behind me laughing. You should have seen everyone's faces. They were so scared, she laughed. I shrugged. It wasn't much of a competition anyway. So it was easy? Well, duh, I rolled my eyes. I felt something sharp plunge into my arm. If you fucking stab me again, I will kill you, Evangeline, I yelled at a
They're
now
so
running
stabby.
Eva. I know.
I think it's funny.
Yeah. I formed a huge dome around both of us, stopping her in her tracks. She turned around and smirked. Well, if you want to fight me, I shot an arrow in her stomach. Hold on. I shot an arrow and in her stomach. She screamed and looked at me. She screamed and looked at me angrily. She clapped her hands, and a fire shot towards me. I shielded myself with my wings and then flapped them in front of me, causing Eva to be thrown into the dome. Excuse me. I got my bow out and shot her straight in the cheek.
Jeez.
Ow. Ah! She screamed as she fell down. I ran up to her and laughed. Be glad it wasn't a silver arrow, or I would have cut it out your cheek. I chuckled. Wow. I'll read down to I thought for a second. Or is that too
okay.
far?
No, that's fine.
Okay. Okay. I laid her down and snapped the arrow in half. Pull the rest, put your cheek, I said as I pulled the knife out of my arm. I turned my back and heard her groan. I lifted the dome and was face to face with angry Derek. I will admit that you are not weak, but did you have to fight her? You could have gotten hurt, he said. I was shocked for a second. Did he actually care? Why do you care? I asked curiously. I don't want to die. I don't actually care, he said coldly.
What?
I think he meant that he doesn't want her to die.
Oh.
But if you don't want her to die, then you do care.
Yeah.
Dumbass. I can't lie and say that didn't hurt me because it did. What was the mission? He asked. What? I asked in amazement. What was the mission that the moon goddess gave you? Moon goddess, not mood. He asked impatiently. Excuse me. Okay, it's your turn.
Oh, yeah. I thought for a second. Should I tell him that I was ordered to kill him? I can't kill him now anyway. He already hurt me, so it doesn't matter. I was ordered to kill you, I said coldly. I turned and walked toward Eva, who was looking at me with wide eyes. Did you really tell your mate that you were ordered to kill him? She whispered. I shrugged. He's just like Liam. I heard a growl erupt behind me. I turned around to see Derek struggling to keep his wolf calm. Did you just say I am like Liam? He's asked angrily. I nodded. I admit he was scaring me a little. He roared and then shifted, oh, you were right, into a huge midnight black wolf. He was a black angel and a black wolf.
Oh.
He was beautiful. And to add to that, he had white fur on his back. That's
so like a stripe?
Yeah, you should have been more descriptive because I can think of some pretty dumb looking. Does he look like a badger? I mean,
or a skunk.
Or a skunk. He ran into the forest and disappeared. So he knows Liam.
Mm-hmm.
Go after your mate, Eva said, pushing me. But he doesn't want me as a mate, I said sadly. Evangeline, black-winged assassin and server to the moon goddess, highest-ranking angel who likes challenges and looks death and fear in the eye, is upset that her mate doesn't want her. Take this as a challenge and make him love you, she said. Oh. I felt a boost of confidence go through me. She was right. This was just another challenge that I had to face. I nodded and dashed into the forest. I came to a cliff and noticed a wolf figure staring at the edge. It was wagging its tail with its tongue hanging out. I watched him from behind a tree. I slowly stepped forward and his ears perked up as he smelt the air. Ew. Smelled. He turned to me and tilted his head to the side. Oh, like a puppy. This was obviously his wolf taking over and not him. I stepped forward and he whined at me to come closer. Okay, this is weird. I walked up to him and sat in front of him. I raised a hand and combed my fingers through his soft black hair. He growled in satisfaction. He licked my face and caused me to fall back onto the ground. He placed his front paws on either sides of my face and I heard cracking sounds. I watched as Derek began to shift before my eyes. Actually very gross looking. Uh-oh. I was laying on the ground with a very naked alpha Derek on top of me. I realized this and began to blush. Derek, you're naked, I muttered. He just kept staring into my eyes. All of a sudden, he crashed his lips onto mine. His scent overwhelmed me, and sparks flew everywhere inside my body. It was as if my wings had a mind of their own as they wrapped Derek and I into a warm embrace. As our lips locked, I felt his tongue graze my bottom lip. I opened my mouth, giving him access. Our tongues wrestled for dominance, which I have to have. What? Which I have to him in the end. Gave to him. My mind went blank, and I thought about nothing else in the world except him. Suddenly, my words flashed into my mind. He's just like Liam. Liam's face flashed in my mind, and I began to freak out. I pulled away from the kiss and unwrapped my wings. Derek looked at me with shock and then got off of me. I'm sorry, I just had no control over my wolf, he muttered. So your human self had nothing to do with that? I spat. I was offended that he blamed it on his wolf. It was as if he didn't want me. I can't love you when I am in love with someone else. You were never there when I needed you, he said as he began to walk off. I felt tears rolling down my face. I think he's saying that just because, like, he just met her. So, like, Taylor must have been there, you know, for a long time.
They didn't even know each other existed. Like, that's such a shitty thing to say.
No, I agree.
Like, I know what you're saying, but, like, he can't blame her for not being there when she didn't know that he existed and he didn't know that she existed.
Exactly.
It's like, shut the fuck up. Okay.
I felt tears rolling down my face. Liam was my mate, and he rejected me and abused me. I killed him, and he is why I am what I am today. I thought the moon goddess was giving me a second chance to let me be happy. But it's just to torture me, I cried. He stopped me and turned back. He's not dead. You didn't succeed in killing him, and it's all your fault, he said before he walked off into the forest.
Is he Liam?
No, he couldn't be. Because she would know. Right?
I don't know.
But
like,
I bet.
How would he know Liam?
Oh. You know how he needs her for something?
Uh-huh.
Maybe Liam's the leader of a rival pack and he, like, needs a strong warrior to, like, help him take him down.
Maybe.
Or like, Liam's threatening him.
Or, like, he needs to use her to, like, make him sad or something. You know what I mean?
Hurt him in some way. No, I really don't.
Like, he's gonna be like, look. He's gonna be dangling her in front of him, like, looky what I got. And he's gonna be like, fuck you! Like, that sort of thing.
Okay, yeah.
Or he is Liam. I think maybe he's Liam, or, like, they're brothers or something.
Well, yeah, that could be. It's a better name than Derek.
Yeah.
So, okay, it felt as if I was being stabbed 1,000 times. The images of him torturing me and abusing me filled my mind. His rejection filled my ears. He is coming back to haunt me. I let out a blood-curdling scream that could be heard for miles. All I have done for the moon goddess, and this is how she repays me. I can't do it anymore. I can't live like this anymore. I'm doing the only option left. I'm leaving.
Man. What do you want to do?
We can stop there. That's a good stopping point, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good, nice cliffhanger to stop on.
Yeah.
And now we have to actually make sure that we read this next weekend. This is actually kind of good.
Yeah, I agree.
Like,
it's like...
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I interrupted you. Go.
Like, I'm really actually enjoying this story, and I feel like I'm engaged in it. Like, we've been reading for almost 2.5 hours now, and it doesn't feel like it's been that long.
I know.
Like, it's not a slog. It's really pretty fast paced. Like,
yeah.
Phoenix 247, I actually enjoy your story. Like, there are some parts that are not good, obviously, but, like, overall... I hope it stays this good.
Yeah. I was going to say, it's like the perfect kind of book that we are looking to read for this channel. It's like good enough to be interesting and keep you involved and want to know more, but still has enough mistakes in it that it's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's like the perfect balance.
It's good bad.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I'm really excited to read this again.
Me too.
I'm
gonna have a hard time not reading it in between streams.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna be working a lot. Like, I have to work this weekend, and then I'm off Monday, and then I have to work 3 more days in a row. So.
Oh, wow.
It probably won't be, until next Friday at the very least that we can stream again.
Okay.
So, anyway, we'll shoot for next weekend.
Yeah.
Maybe Friday or Saturday or something.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
But, anyway, we're really enjoying this. I hope whoever is listening to this is enjoying it. I don't think I still haven't uploaded those other videos.
Oh, okay.
But I will. I'll do it tomorrow.
Okay.
I swear to God, I will upload the videos tomorrow.
Okay. Will you let me know?
Yeah.
All right.
So, alrighty.
Oh.
Well.
All right, pal.
We'll end it here.
Thanks for listening.
Yep, thank you. See you next time.
Bye, pal.
Bye, pal.